So I have the winning team of Startup Weekend Seattle, April 2013 here. Good sized team. They had a lot of resources and they put them to really good use. Did you guys have a particular leader on this team? Thibaut, nice work. It's really hard to lead a team that's this big, and obviously you did a great job keeping it together. You guys had a nice presentation. Do you have tips for other people who take on that role?
I'd say the key thing is to make sure that everyone has something to do that they're proud of in the end, because that's what drives like the motivation to the end.
And through the process, did you actually have time to work on stuff yourself, or were you mostly doing managing and stuff like that?
I had time to work on stuff myself. So the spell checking thing, that's what I built. But it's true, like you have to switch between everything to make sure you have the broad vision on this and to be able to present it in the end.
Okay, cool. Nice work. The two of you had the initial pitches which merged. Do you guys want to remind us what those initial pitches were, just really quick?
So I pitched TLDR because I thought it was a great idea and I thought I could make it funny for the pitch, so that's why I did it.
Mine was text my car, and we finally pivoted because it already existed, which is cool, so maybe that's why we got a lot of votes.
Yeah, and it was a good pivot. The judges were really fond of the idea. Obviously it solves a real pain. And what about for you guys? What was it like working on this big team? Yeah, anyone can feel free to speak up.
Sure. Yeah, so basically I worked with several parts of the team, and it was actually really nice that we had several key features because it allowed us to stay busy all of the time. And I would also say being patient is really important. We definitely had points where we had a lot of discussion and there were a lot of differing opinions, and at some point we had to settle, and people were really willing to say, okay, I'm going to go with the group and make this work. And I think that's really what won is we had a really, really great team.
Yeah, a lot of passion. Definitely a lot of passion.
Right, communication.
I think the leader, I think Thibaut was a great leader. He knew exactly what needed to be done, and I think that kept us focused more than anything else and gave us kind of defined roles that we were able to get right into from the start.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think I've worked on teams before where leaders can be really overbearing, but one of the amazing things that Thibaut was able to do is not only get some pretty incredible work done on his own, but also manage to jump into marketing and business and front end and back end and keep us all going and then present at the end. And so, like, props. It was really, really impressive, and all of you guys were fantastic to work with. Definitely got stressed out, but I think we pushed it out, and so just a lot of good minds here, which is really fun.
And quickly, show of hands, who has been to a startup weekend before? And so it's about half and half. Half of your team, a little bit more than half, hasn't been to a startup weekend before. That's pretty awesome. So for the new folks, recommendations for future startup weekenders or people who are thinking about it.
If you want to be an entrepreneur, go for it. This is the platform.
Yeah.
This is the platform.
And that was awesome because Brajesh, if you'll recall, he's here from overseas, studying in Washington. Pretty awesome that he's learning here and hopefully going to take that back and make a real difference overseas.
We're also missing Matthias, who's from Germany.
Right. The other member of the team.
I really think for anyone though, not just if you want to be an entrepreneur, but just understanding business models and techniques. I mean, the process of iteration and pivoting is vital in any industry, even if you're a student. I mean, just the way that you start to contextualize concepts and problems to work through, you really can't beat the environment that you get at Startup Weekend.
Extremely motivating.
Awesome.
If you ever want to pair program at 1 a.m. with your wife?
Well, you guys are obviously still together, which is what matters.
Building stronger relationships. Startup Weekend.
Okay, so let me wind it down here. So you guys won some pretty awesome prizes. Do you guys want to carry this idea on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's really enthusiastic. And we even have one of our organizers who jumped in and joined the team. That's just what happens sometimes. Someone gets in an idea, provides some value, and gets sucked in. Way to go. You guys really did a great job. Congratulations. What's your team cheer? What's your team cheer?
No, I think we're just jumping.
Okay.
You should use TLDR.
Okay. TLDR on 3. 1, 2, 3. TLDR! Nice job. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.